Coming to you live from the Honor Media Studios here in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to Sound Bites with Susan and Waylon, where we take a short extraction of our daily lives as publicists to share with you all. My name is Waylon Tate with J. Waylon and Associates.
And I'm Susan Friedman with Friedman Marketing and Public Relations.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Is it a manic Monday for you?
Always a manic Monday for me. I think that's probably our worst. You and I have talked about this before, but it's like Mondays and Fridays are the worst for me. I don't know if it's because I put so much pressure on myself to get everything out on Fridays and to kind of, because we still post for our clients on the weekend. And so, setting up all that stuff into the queue takes a lot of time and energy, but Mondays are obviously the most insane for me.
Every other Monday, I take our dog Shaggy, the big beast, to doggy daycare. And luckily it's near we take him to Paul Lofts, which is near the studio here on Mockingbird and 35.
Does he come with you? And then you just drop him off before you come to the studio?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's always fun trying to, well, he loves the car though. He runs into the car and jumps in and it's kind of funny.
I love that. And I love Shaggy. He is so cute. I went yesterday actually. I went to DAS, Dallas Animal Services, and to the SPCA and checked out. I keep looking every weekend thinking maybe I'm going to fall in love with one dog.
Oh my gosh,
so we'll see.
That's huge.
Yeah, and I saw a bunch and it's just so sad. Like I need to get out in a different frame of mind when I go, because it's like you want to rescue all of them, but.
They have a good app if you ever want to use it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out.
It's kind of like Tinder. You just swipe through the dogs.
Yeah, so it was fun and it's just, after you get past I wish we could save all these animals, you see that they take really good care of them. But I'm getting puppy fever.
Well, I'm excited about the show. We're talking about dogs.
Yes.
And we're also going to be talking about horses after the break. So, it's going to be an animal show.
An animal extravaganza for all of you, for sure. And you may notice, to the viewers at home, that we look a little bit more in living color, so to speak, right?
Right.
And it's because you can't see, but we have a beautiful new light grid that was just installed this past week. And so I think we obviously can see ourselves. We have television screens where we can see ourselves, but I think we feel like we're more real or alive.
More vibrant, hopefully.
Certainly more color. I have to adjust the makeup a little bit, right? So what did you do this past week?
Oh my gosh. During the week, work, which is great. But this weekend, I had fun. I did so many fun things. So I had date night with my husband on Saturday. And we went to Checkered Past Winery. Well, first we went to AC Hotel, my client. I did work a little bit. And they were doing a celebrity paint. They were painting Beyonce. It's like paint by numbers. It was really cool. So I went there.
Oh, fun.
I didn't actually paint, but it looked like a lot of fun. It's something I may be doing. It's going to be next week and the following week on Saturdays.
Okay.
With Ray Tennyson. And then we went to Checkered Past Winery, which is located near Southside on Lamar. And they had a magic show with this gentleman, I've mentioned him before, Trig Watson, award-winning magician, and my husband got called up on stage.
Oh, fun.
Yes, which is always fun. It's an amazing show. This gentleman, Trig, he is a magician on cruise lines. He travels probably 3 weeks. Well, he travels around the world doing magic tricks.
Okay.
And he has also competed globally and won the most points for any American at this global magic contest in Las Vegas.
And you said last week he was
on Penn
and Teller.
And he's a legitimate.
Oh my God,
is that awesome? And his tricks. It was so great, and it's a very intimate atmosphere. It's once a month at Checkered Past Winery, and they fill up like a month or two in advance. I booked my tickets in May for the July. And of course, wonderful wine. We ordered both a cheese tray and a meat tray, charcuterie plate. And it was great. So then after that, we went to the Stoneleigh, another one of my clients, because they were celebrating Bastille Day. And they had a prefix dinner of French cuisine, and then they had Marie Antoinette. Not only was she DJing, but she was in front of the cupcake bar and saying, "Everyone eat cake," you know. And I think we have a picture of her somewhere too. She looked great. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh my gosh, Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette
the DJ.
was there, yes, and we had a cocktail there, and then we went home for the day.
That is so funny. You know what's interesting is she actually never said that. We wrote a piece for J. Waylon and Associates.
I read that.
And she actually never said it, and it was cool because we were making. In this article that was written by Grace Sharp, who did a piece for us, was basically talking about how perception can really become the reality if it's not handled well with damage control. And so, I mean, one of the
she needed a publicist.
She needed a publicist, right? And how differently would history have been if Marie Antoinette had had a
But
PR
then we wouldn't
team?
have had Marie Antoinette in front of an unlimited cupcake bar from Bisou.
Did people go nuts? Did they just absolutely love it?
They did love it. Yep. And Dallas Observer was there. In fact, the pictures are supposed to be posted today. So
cool.
Hopefully they are.
Yeah,
So
fingers
I'm saying
crossed.
this out
Fingers
loud.
crossed.
And then on Sunday, which was last night, we went to a concert. We usually don't do concerts, and especially on Sunday nights, but it was Echo and the Bunnymen and Violent Femmes, which is like our high school days. I'm dating
Our
myself.
high school days, for sure.
Yes, and it was great. So I'm glad.
God,
It was
well,
fun.
you
And it
made
was
it-
my first time at Toyota Music Factory. Have you been?
Nope. Where's it at?
It's in Irving, and it's actually a great venue. It seats, I think, 8,000 people.
Okay.
And so it's a little bit more intimate. I was reading that the Starplex, or whatever it's called now, Tequila something, they have 20,000 seats. So that includes lawn though, but still it explains the difference. And parking was really easy. There wasn't a lot of traffic. It was great.
Well, your
So,
weekend was much
heads
more adventurous and fulfilling than mine was.
Yeah, it was for.
Because
Did you stand on the big cake?
So you can't really see it on screen, but I have a war wound thanks to my super best friend and business partner, Tracy Nanthafonza, who convinced me, keep in mind our office is downtown right on Main Street, and so there's a sea of these new like motorized scooters, right? Okay, I'm 40. All right, so all of the shenanigans have got to be out of my system at this point. I would never have chosen to do this on my own. Tracy's a few years younger than me, and so he's like, let's do it. Let's take one of the scooters and we'll zizz down to Deep Ellum for lunch. And I was like, okay, let's do it, right? I was, fast forward like 10 minutes, I'm in a cactus bush.
Oh my God.
Downtown, and I scraped up, I have huge bruises.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, it was funny now looking back at it, but it's like, I mean, I was at least cautious enough to land sort of well.
Right.
But
You
I
could have broken your.
Oh, I know, right? And I think about that now, and I'm like, my God, if that's dangerous for me, who else is it dangerous for? So.
Are you allowed on the sidewalks? Is that where or are you
No.
on the street?
Funny enough, so downtown, their ordinance is that skateboards, bicycles, and motorized scooters cannot be on the sidewalks. They have to be on the street.
Okay.
Right, and then I think it flips when you get outside of downtown or something like that. I don't know, but we were on the street, and it was, it was not
Was it fun
pleasant.
at the beginning?
For the first 20 seconds, it was great.
As soon as I got off into once I hit the street, then it wasn't fun anymore.
But I did have fun yesterday, so we went to, funny enough, me and Tracy, one of our clients celebrated their kind of 1-year annual brunch. So Big Al's does this one big brunch per year that benefits the Cathedral of Hope, because it's their neighbor right behind them. And so we checked on her, and then we went and had brunch at the Cedar Springs Tap House, which was fun. They had a great omelet option and had a couple of Bloody Marys, and then we went to the farmer's market and just kind of walked around.
What a great day. That's a great day.
But Susan, it was literally about 275 degrees. And I stood out as long as I could, but it was okay. So
we hope you have a speedy recovery.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that's actually a great segue, because this whole week in Dallas, it's supposed to be in the hundreds. And so today, we are going to talk about the best places to watch free movies, but some of them are next to a pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was looking at different events and what's going on, and all these movies were popping up. So I was like, wait, let me just research movies and see where all you can go. And there's some really interesting places where you can watch free movies. So the first place where you can go is West Village, and this is in no order whatsoever.
Okay.
But it's every third Wednesday, and they're more family-friendly movies. So bring a folding chair, and do you know where Magnolia Theater is?
Yes.
It's like out there in the
it's right
port almost, I guess you would call it that,
Right
near
across
Mi
from Taco
Casina.
Bell.
And it starts around 8 o'clock. But they have really good movies, and that includes Big, Star Wars, Mean Girls. I want to see that one. I love Mean Girls. The Greatest Showman and stuff like that. And if you go to westvillagedallas.com, you can check it out and figure out which movie you want to go see. The next one is the Adolphus, and they actually have free movie night, and that is
every Wednesday.
Yes, that's every Wednesday, and they're doing cult classics. So I think in July they're doing the 70s, cult classics from the 70s. Next month it's going to be in the 80s, and the following month it'll be cult classics from the 90s.
Do you know where they do it by chance?
Poolside. So
it's got to be on. Okay,
yep,
it's upstairs.
Yep, it's upstairs. I actually haven't been to the Adolphus pool. I need to go.
Our office is in the Adolphus, so you can come and we'll go up there and check it out.
Have you been to their pool then? And
I rarely. I go to work and I come home. That's my life. Anyways, okay, so movie. I think you have a couple more, right?
Yep, Sundown at the Granada. It's on Greenville, and it's a restaurant, and they have a patio, and they do free movie night as well, and it's Wednesdays. Again, another Wednesday, so you have your Wednesdays booked. And the next one is going to be Stand By Me, and that's this Wednesday.
Okay.
Yep. And that's
what a classic.
Great movie.
Again, our high school
Great
years,
movie.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe junior high.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Okay, so and then there's the Trinity Park Conservancy. It's Monday, guys. Okay, and that's on the bridge, Ronald Kirk Bridge, which I think that sounds like a blast. So they're going to be playing Welcome to the Jungle, and that is this Saturday.
Okay, fun.
And then finally, the Stoneleigh Hotel, which, yes, it is my client, have to say that. And they are launching, and this is going to be starting in August. And it's Moonlight Movies on Saturdays from 7 to 9 o'clock.
Fun.
And I didn't write down the list of movies, but if you go to lemeridiandallastoneley.com, you can find a listing.
Is that one poolside as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It's poolside.
Is there a cost to go?
No, it's free. All of these are free.
And then you just get a bunch of drinks, I'm assuming, while you're there.
Yeah, you have to pay a cash bar.
Well, who doesn't want to drink?
Well, unless you're on like the bridge or something like that. But
Yeah.
if it's inside a venue.
How much fun?
Yeah.
Can you believe I've still never been? I've never been to the Stoneleigh. I try to go to
It's
much
been there for
as much
95
of
years.
your,
Hopefully it will be there for another 95 and you'll have
and
plenty
I'm
of time
95.
to go.
Yeah, I still haven't been.
Excellent. And another thing, we're talking about how hot the weather is. Yesterday was a major holiday. Do you know what holiday it was?
No.
It was National Ice Cream Day.
It's my favorite.
I know.
I'm obsessed with ice cream.
I know. So I was reading some of the press. There was a lot of press coverage on it. Do you know what the most popular flavor is? It's kind of obvious.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
Chocolate. But the fastest growing flavor is
Pistachio?
nut.
Nut? Vanilla?
You'll never guess this.
Okay, well,
it has like 150% growth rate, and it's called unicorn.
What?
Unicorn flavored ice cream. And so obviously every single place does unicorn ice cream differently. So some of them have sprinkles, some have glitter, some have all these different colors. Some are actually shaped like unicorns, but that's the fastest growing flavor.
So is it just kind of like mixed layer? You know, because when you think of unicorns, you think of rainbows,
Each
right?
one does
so
something, like I said, it can be a little bit of anything.
Well, I'm down for ice cream regardless of what it is.
I wonder if Starbucks launched that. Were they the first to come out with a unicorn flavor with their Starbucks?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, they probably...
Did you try it when it was
No,
around?
I did not, because I heard it was super sweet.
I heard it was sweet too.
Yeah, so I kind of avoided that. I have a sweet tooth, but I mean, I heard it was like over the top sweet. So, but even if they didn't start it, I'm sure Starbucks kind of started the movement, so to speak, right? Where other places
Long
did
live
it.
unicorns.
Long live unicorns, for sure.
Hey, and that's a great segue too.
Unicorns into, horsies and to horses,
yes.
right? So.
Right after this break, we're going to bring on CJ Bankhead, who is with Equest, which is therapeutic horsemanship for people with special
Awesome
needs.
space. So we'll be right back.
Good morning, we're back. And we have our guest with us. Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to CJ Bankhead. She is the Marketing and Communications Manager at Equest. And I gave a really brief snippet of what Equest is, but would you like to go ahead and describe in your own words the wonderful work that you do?
Yeah, so we do equine therapy for children and adults with disabilities, as well as veterans, first responders, and their family members. So we offer services free of charge for veterans and our first responders.
Nice.
Isn't that wonderful? And it's amazing to see, I don't like to use the word miracles, but it almost is. You know, some of the development and changes that the power of the horse brings to others. There's a certain bond, so.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we do see miracles every day, it feels like.
Yeah, excellent.
No, it's really cool. I've actually seen studies where, I don't know if it would be kind of horse therapy or just kind of livestock in general therapy, but I've seen, because I did a lot of work with public policy and kind of law enforcement and those things, and there's a lot of studies that would tell that even having that kind of experience really helps with behavioral issues in folks outside of just, you know, but that have had aggression issues and things, because when you're taking care of another living being outside of it being your own child, it kind of shapes the way you think about other living things.
Definitely. I mean, we do client surveys at least once a year, and one of the major things we heard back was that kids with behavioral issues are behaving better when they've been exposed to equine therapy for at least one session, so like 12 weeks. Right. So their behavior at school improves, their behavior towards their peers and their parents just overall improves.
Right.
Wow.
And from my understanding, though, it's not just behavioral, and it's mental, it's physical, social. I mean, it's across the board. So the benefits are wonderful. And actually, I was saying before the show that you guys have some stuff in common. And this is also CJ's dream job. So before this, and we're not knocking her previous job, she was in politics.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So when I was in college, I worked on several political campaigns, and then I kind of segued into doing actual policy, so public policy, things that have to do with the budget and crime and all of that good stuff.
Well, now you got to explain more, because I'm in the dark, and obviously I'm very interested.
He actually teaches a government class as well.
A government class at a local college. But so was it an agency you were with, or were you on the policy development kind of side?
So I was doing communications for a nonprofit, a foundation, the largest in Texas, that did research and wrote papers and worked with legislators to build policy.
Okay.
So we did a lot of research, we wrote a lot of papers, and we influenced policy that way. Did a lot of testimonies.
Were you in Austin at that time?
It was.
You were, okay.
Yes.
It's not, I mean, for you in the audience, like anyone who doesn't understand the brutal side of politics, and never more so than when developing policy and really trying to push something through, a lot of it is a waiting game.
Oh my gosh.
And it's extremely stressful. I can understand how that would have kind of led to the position that you're in now, not just in communications, obviously, because really when you're kind of getting legislators to buy onto something, it's all about messaging as well.
Yes.
Right? So what a great segue, and obviously something that's probably much more fulfilling and much happier, because you get to see the immediate response, which is what, when my friends would always ask me about, working in DC and all of those things, it is so grueling because you wait and wait and wait, hoping that what you've worked on for a very long time, you see it, come through into reality. And so you get to see these results on the daily.
I do.
Right?
I just have to walk right outside.
Where is Equest located?
So we are located off Pemberton Hill Road. So it's South Dallas. It's about 8 minutes from downtown. I live in West Village. It takes me about 10 minutes to get to work, which is awesome.
I didn't know you lived in West Village. Have you been to these movie nights?
No, I was hearing about that. I was like, yes, finally. I know exactly what you're talking about, so yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh my God. Well, I want to hear a little bit about what is kind of the intake procedure. So do people reach out to you? Do you have active relationships with, I would assume, different kind of therapists, or how does it work? Like how would somebody become part of the program?
Yeah, so clients come to us through a wide range of ways. Some people just look on the website and they're like, oh, I think my kid would benefit from that. They send us a message and we set it up. We also work with a lot of agencies throughout the state of Texas that refer clients back to us. Our veterans program Jeff Hensley, who runs that program, is super, super involved in the veteran space. And he has so many different relationships, literally knows everyone. So we get a lot of clients through those community partnerships. But we also have relationships with Dallas ISD, and we do some of their vocational programs.
Okay.
So we get clients that way as well.
Just to touch a little bit on your veterans program, I'm assuming a lot of it has to do with PTSD and kind of returning home vets that need some kind of outlet, right?
Yes.
Which speaks to what we were talking about in the very beginning with aggression and all of that.
Yes.
That has to be just like the hair-raising experience to see when they can have that kind of connection to something that's so wild and beautiful.
I mean, it is. My heart is with the veteran space. That's kind of what I'm pulled to. So we have a lot of clients that have PTS, post-traumatic stress, as well as severe anxiety coming back, trying to get reacclimated with how the world works outside of the military or first responders.
Okay.
They're always in that kind of on edge, and it's hard to take your mind off of that when you get home to see your kids. You just want to hug them and stuff.
Sure.
And then we also have a large population we serve that are amputees. So we partner with Adaptive Training Foundation, which is like a national organization that works with people with amputations and getting them back into, being physical.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, and you had mentioned earlier that for veterans, it's complimentary, and first responders,
Yes.
it's a free service.
Okay.
So fundraising, which I'm sure you're very involved with, being in marketing and communications, is very important because you need to be raising money all the time through grants and wonderful philanthropists.
Yes.
And you have an event coming up.
We do. Yes. This Friday, we are having our Boots and Salutes event, which is like our major veterans fundraiser. It's going to be this Friday. Doors open at 7:30. We have a World War II Texan T6 flyover of 4, which shout out to my boyfriend who will be leading that flight.
I was
Awesome.
going to say, make sure that you tell behind the
there
scenes
they
on
are.
that one. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so he's the one with in the very front. But he had a little snafu with his plane, so his friend is going to be flying, and he's going to be navigating from the back.
Oh,
so.
nice. Nice. So where is it at? Where is
So it's at the Texas Horse Park,
Okay.
811 Pemberton Hill Road, just south of Dallas, like we were saying. We still have a few tickets available, so if you want to come out, we have a great guy who is with Global Cooling Solutions, who is going to be bringing out big swamp coolers, so it's going to be a lot cooler inside.
Oh,
it's going to
wow.
be technically outside, but it's in our covered arena, so.
And it's a casual event.
Yes.
It's picnic style tables. You'll see some pictures coming up. Some of the top restaurants from the city are going to be serving food. We're going to have some cold beer and
raise a lot of money.
raise a lot of money. And
Yes.
tickets are really affordable compared to some of the galas. Those kind of tickets can be like $300 and up.
Plus.
These tickets are
$75,
$75, which is great. And you can also, if you want to support them and you can't attend, you're busy, you can actually purchase a ticket for a veteran.
Yes,
Oh, that's such a good idea.
We have a ton of veterans, obviously, that want to attend the event. So that's another way that you can support a veteran is by donating a ticket to them.
Wow.
And all of the proceeds, so everything we net off the event once expenses are paid, will be matched through a grant we have through HHSC. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So yes. And how do people get tickets?
So you can go online to equest.org/boots.
Very good. So I want to go for all of our guests. I always like to go kind of behind the scenes and find out information that our viewers probably don't know, and maybe even your friends don't know about you or your boyfriend. So let's see if he can answer these questions. Okay. What item can you not live without?
Okay, so I asked Taylor, like, what's the one item I can't live without? And he said me. I said, I can't say that. So,
Shout out to Taylor.
yeah.
He's a keeper.
Probably coffee or mascara. I think if the world were ending, I would still probably take mascara with me.
What mascara? I have to ask which one because I used to do makeup a million years
It's,
ago.
I think it's like CoverGirl. It's like a gold tube. It's,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was told, so he also has a lot of experience in makeup, and I was told that
15
for a
years.
mascara, it doesn't really matter what brand. Brands
not
don't make, really? Okay.
Voluminous, if you're doing drugstore, I'll just tell you, Voluminous, it's in a silver tube, is probably the best. I like Dior Addict.
I've heard so many great things about Dior.
I'll get you one. I'll steal it and get it for you.
Oh, yeah. He's like, you need it.
Because it's
Today
probably
was, like, not a
$30.
good- yeah.
Jeff Roos is watching. He uses this like it's going out of style. But it is an amazing mascara. Okay, sorry to interrupt your
Okay,
your 5 questions.
question number 2. During your limited free time, you like to...
Drink wine outside with my dog, Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
I love that name. Oh my gosh, what kind of dog?
She's a golden retriever.
Aww.
They're pretty
and
small,
why
right?
Cheeseburger?
So we were kind of drinking and thinking about names, and we just kind of threw it out there, and
It stuck.
yeah.
That's cute.
And
It's
if you-
memorable.
It is. Yeah, she's very memorable.
I love that. Just one dog. Just one.
For now, yeah.
Sorry, I have to interrupt again. Does Cheeseburger ever get to go visit the horses, or is she scared of
good
the
question.
horses?
Technically, we're not supposed to have dogs on property unless it's a service dog.
Okay.
But whenever someone at the office gets a new puppy, you obviously got to bring it in.
Right.
So she's come to the office like twice when she was really young.
Okay.
And she was curious, but then
She kept her distance.
she's like squirrel over here,
Yeah.
like
course.
Squirrel.
Fun.
Awesome. Okay, number 3. If you could meet one person, living or deceased, who would you like to meet?
I would want to meet one of the queens, the famous queens. So Queen Mary of Scots, or
I have a great book for you, author. If you like historical fiction, but it's all about the Tudor family and Henry VIII and all of his wives that he beheaded. And the author is Alison Weir. And I've just read 5 of her books in 2 months, and they're 500 pages long and amazing. Really, really good. So yeah.
Good times.
definitely
Beheaded head.
From the 1500s.
Fantastic.
It's really interesting. I found out a lot. Oh my gosh. Number 4. This one's a hard one, I think. For vacation, would you rather be on a beach, on a mountain, in a city, or in the country?
Probably if I had to pick one of those, on the beach. Otherwise, I'd want to be exploring in Europe, on a city, doing something like that. Yeah.
Do you have a beach preference?
Like a place?
Yeah.
A certain beach? I don't know. I haven't really been to many. I went to Cabo. I think it was Cabo.
They're pretty-
a few years ago, and that was
No,
pretty.
Mexican beaches are beautiful. You go
Yeah.
to Mexico a lot. Yeah. No, they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Okay, last question. What car best represents you?
Oh my God, I don't know anything about cars. For some reason, the only thing that's coming to mind right now is a station wagon, and I
Okay.
feel like that's not a good.
No!
Why do you think a
Good.
station wagon represents you? Because it's reliable? Because it's
Yeah.
socially oriented? Because it has so much room?
Reliable, you can fit a lot of dogs in it. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Look, I'll be your publicist. Hey. Awesome.
No,
Very
that's
good.
fun. That's
well,
fun.
thank you so much. Do you have
Yes.
any other questions?
God.
Anything else you want to find out about CJ
well,
and Equest?
Well, first of all, I'm going to hide underneath Susan's dress for the fundraiser. I'm assuming that you're going to be there, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll get snuck in.
I was like,
No, my dad loves horses and has them. So this will be great for me to get some really cute photos to send back to him. So they're in the process of moving here, and that's been a very long process.
Oh my gosh.
So, but I'm wanting to get some land outside of the city so he can still have, that activity. But
Waxahachie.
I know it's so beautiful, but there's not land over there. You think
What?
there is, but it's all already purchased. Trust me, I've done the legwork. But I think it'll be fun, and I really appreciate your service. I would tell you, I used to work for the district attorney's office here, 5th largest DA's office in the entire country, and they were always looking for opportunities for team building exercises for the prosecutors, the detectives who worked in really strenuous, child abuse, the child abuse division, family violence. The amount of pressure that these prosecutors and detectives are under all the time, it's a lot to take in and kind of keep. So maybe that's an avenue. Maybe I could build a relationship between you and the office, because they're always looking for outlets to kind of just decompress. And I think something like this would be great.
Yeah, even if they wanted to come out and volunteer, we do have corporate leadership training. It's called E-Lead, It's like, like kind of where you do the trust falls and you learn about how other people work and how to work better together. It's that sort of program.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm sure there's tons and tons of things that they do. I mean, Susan talks about you guys all the time.
I'm excited because also they have the mini ambassador program. So, my dog is basically, the horses are the same size as my dog. They're under 36 inches tall, and they visit different libraries over the summer. And that's one of I love this program, and they're going to maybe 5 or 6 libraries this summer.
Around Dallas,
Around Dallas.
Well, they could have visited this set of Sound Bites with Susan and Waylon
I know.
today. That would have been
we should
amazing.
have brought Taco. Taco went on his first little appearance.
Who's
over the
Taco?
weekend. Taco is our miniature donkey that we rescued.
So cute. I wish I should have put up some pictures so everybody can see.
But we'll share some more, and we'll certainly share the website. Please take a chance to go. $75 is nothing, and you're helping a lot of folks. So I guess until next Monday, we wish you all a fantastic week. Go check out those movies.
Yes.
At the different hotels. You'll see Susan and I in our, she'll be in a bikini, and I'll be in a burqa in the pool. But we'll be drinking and enjoying the movies. But thank you so much for being here. We had such a good time with you.
Yes, and go to equest.org/boots. And also check us out at susanandwaylon.com.
Have a great week.